like to show you how to use a stun gun. This right here is the Get a Grip stun gun from Damsel in Defense. There are all kinds of stun guns. And you might wonder, well, how do I know a good one from a bad one? Well, a lot of people will try to sell you a stun gun by telling you how many volts it is. That means nothing, number one. That's just about electricity. Number two, there is no regulation, no standard industry regulation, so that you know that when you talk to one manufacturer and another manufacturer that you're comparing apples to apples. There's no regulation yet. We are working on that. Damsel in Defense is working on that. We would like to establish regulations so that every manufacturer is talking about the same thing when it comes to that. So what you want is a stun gun with high volts and low amperage. That makes it non-lethal. Okay? You may be like me, you may not be out to kill anybody, but you want to put them down, again, to create distance. So this is an awesome, effective weapon. So unlike a pepper spray, which is great for distance, a stun gun is not. A stun gun is not a taser. It's different. It's very, very different. Now, this little body here may look the same as a taser, but it's very different. A taser shoots out a couple of strings with probes on the end, and those probes embed into the body, and then they put electricity between the two probes inside the body. Some drawbacks of a taser are if you miss with one probe, it's not effective. All you've done is piss them off. Another one is it's because of the strings, there's a limit on the distance, and also the cartridge has to be replaced. So if you do miss, you have to stop and reload, assuming you have another cartridge with you. And also a taser is very, very expensive, hundreds of dollars. So a stun gun is much more practical. So, but one of the drawbacks to a stun gun that a lot of women don't like, but it is what it is that is you must touch him. And I hear so many people say to me, I don't want to be that close to him. But honey, we don't get that choice. We do not get to say, you can attack me, but you can't get close to me. It doesn't work that way. So, and statistics actually show that chances are that it will be a surprise and it will be on you. It will be right on you. So just be ready with your stun gun. What I have here is a stun gun with a pepper spray. This is a disable pin. All of the Damsel in Defense stun guns require this disable pin in order to work. They won't work without it. So if you should happen to lose your disable pin, let me know. I'll get you another one. No problem at all. But that's where it goes right there. This is for charging, and this is a battery indicator. So, in fact, I didn't even check my battery. I don't have much battery power on this one. Hopefully it'll work, and I won't have bone on my face. There it is. So, I'm going to be walking through the parking lot with this in my hand, okay? Just like this, and it fits great in my hand. If I need a flashlight, I've got it. And chances are I'm going to need a flashlight because when I come up to my car in that parking lot, I'm going to want to look inside, make sure nobody's waiting for me. I'm going to want to look underneath it. I'm going to want to find my car, whatever. But it's got a fabulous, fabulous flashlight on it. It's got the, can you see the diamond? Yeah. These two probes is where the electricity jumps from one to the other. So, if I'm in the parking lot and there's somebody waiting at my car, there's a van parked next to me, I'm feeling uneasy, I may have had this in my pocket earlier. Hi, Curtis. But I'm got it out now and in my hand because I'm feeling uncomfortable. So from flashlight, I can go up to stun. So we have first a flashlight and then to stun. See that? And the flashlight goes off because it's all the power is going to the stun. So flashlight, stun, and that's going to happen right here. You ready? Now, that is a big old loud sound, and it's super powerful, and that's great, but you might think it's scary. And I guess it is, because it is super loud, and hopefully it's scary to the other guy too. But know this. 2 things here. Number 1, if you actually use this on someone, you touch their body with it, you're not going to hear that sound. If you do, then you're not close enough. You're not touching his body. This sound is the sound of electricity going through the air. But if it's touching the body, the electricity goes through the body. And so you don't hear it. So that's going to, at minimum, cause him to jump back. Nobody wants this, okay? So again, you're creating distance. You're the lady with the electricity. You're creating distance. So your question might be, if I'm using this on him and it's going through his body and he touches me, is it going to come back to me and affect me? The answer is no. It will not go through the body and back out. What it does is it increases the lactic acid in the body, which just makes that muscle not know what to do. The muscle becomes confused. But know this, the moment you take that off of him, that muscle is going to start to regain what it knows to do. And so you only have mere seconds to get away. So make sure that it's safe to do that. So that's number 1 when you actually use a stun gun. So let's say he's able to pull that out from you. Guess what? Can't use it against you because you've got the key. You've got the disable pin right there. So it's important to have that disable pin. Every one of our stun guns requires the disable pin for that reason. It is a safety feature, okay? I don't want to give you a weapon that can be used against you. That's one of the complaints about having a handgun. Not that I don't recommend those too, I do. But this is highly effective. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, and the most likely way that you will use a stun gun is this. Do you read in the newspaper about women protecting themselves with a stun gun? They use a stun gun on somebody. Rarely. And why is that? Because it's not necessary to go that far in most cases. In most cases, all it requires is a warning. So again, your first line of defense is yourself. It's your voice. So you're going to say with a very commanding voice, stop! Be as loud as you can, be as obnoxious as you can. Just make sure that he understands you mean business. If it's necessary, if that's not seeming to work, you can say, I have a weapon. You can say, I have a stun gun. You can say nothing at all, whatever you want. However, if you put this in the air and you do this, he's going to back off, okay? He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. Nobody does. Now, you may have heard that if someone is hopped up on drugs, that this won't affect them. And that could be true. And here's why. When people are so very high on drugs, they don't understand pain. It doesn't mean anything to them because their heads are messed up. So the pain may not affect him. Pepper spray, yes, there's nothing they can do about that. But pain, this is a pain compliance tool. So there is a chance that a stun gun won't be as effective as if it were someone who was not hopped up on drugs. Therefore, that's why I recommend that you layer your protection. So what I have here is pepper spray. The reason I have it like this is if I'm going through the parking lot, I've got my hand on this. I get into an altercation with someone and it is taken away from me. This cannot be used against me because it's been disabled. Can't be used against me. That's great. However, now it's his strength against mine. Who's going to win that one? Okay, I'm toast. But because I have a pepper spray attached, I have plan B. So I would go straight to pepper spray with that. So he can take that away from me. He can't use it against me. I can't use it against him. But I still have a weapon to use. And that's what that is. So, love, love, love it. Our stun guns have a lifetime warranty. So, if you find any kind of manufacturer's defect, you let me know and I will get you a replacement. Also, if you have to use it, even if you end up not actually touching him with it, but actually banging him over the head with it and it busts all up, free replacement guarantee. We are serious about women's safety. So we want you to have your weapon. So all you have to do is provide a police report and we replace it for free. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge my stun gun overnight once a month. And if you stay on my Facebook page, you'll get a reminder to do that every month. So it's going to charge overnight once a month. USB, so it can charge on my kitchen counter. It can charge in my car. It can charge off my laptop. It can charge in my office. Right there, USB. Super easy. Overnight once a month. Now, if I use this as a flashlight, because it's a fabulous flashlight, if I use that for a flashlight a lot, I might have to charge it a little more often. If I start to see the flashlight get a little dim, then I'll know. Also, I might be able to go months without charging it. But recommendation is overnight once a month. Lifetime warranty and incident replacement guarantee. So if you want to know about our stun guns, just let me know. Comes in lots of pretty colors. This one is patented. It was designed by Damsel in Defense, made to fit in the hand so nicely, just like that. All right, there you go.